Hey everybody, Brooks and Dashcam here. Welcome back to the channel. Today is product review day, and I'm reviewing what I believe is probably the second most important thing that you can do to protect your car. It can be exotic car, normal car, daily driver, whatever you might have it. First off, it'd be protecting it for the expel to protect against rock chips and damage and keying, all that kind of stuff. Second would be a dash cam. Now I've had a lot of experience with dash cam over the years. I've actually busted people breaking into my cars and breaking into other people's cars, and actually I had people arrested by the footage taken from my dash cam. And dash cams, they've come a long way in the last few years. Today I'm reviewing the VIOFO A139 Pro. This one actually has 3 channels. The front channel is a full 4K sensor, and this has 2 additional sensors as well. This is the box it comes in, and inside I'm just going to kind of show you each piece. So this is the main camera. This is the 4K. It's got HDR with night vision, and this allows to have less motion blur and low light situations. And it also has this 360 rotatable lens. So when we mount to this car, I'm actually going to mount it in the 765LT and show you what the footage looks like. But basically, this mounts up here, and then you can turn the camera around and it will point towards the front. So depending on how your windshield is tilted, you can kind of adjust the field of view using this. Now since it's 3 channels, you can also record 2 other channels, and it comes with these other 2 smaller type cameras which will connect with mini coax cables. And this will give you a interior view of what's going on inside the car, and another camera that you will wire to the back to get a rear view camera in the backside. So dash cams are great for, recording what's happening inside the car. If someone hits you or there's an accident, something like that, you have all the data on your dash cam. And also for when you're parked, these are super helpful because it can record what's going on around your car when you're not there. So some of the features here, of course, we've got the 4K sensor, 300 rotatable degree lens. There's an app on your phone that connects to the camera over Wi-Fi. It uses 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi, so that's super fast. After we install the camera and do some footage, I will launch the app and show you how to review that kind of footage. And then it's got additional 2 of these 1080p cameras. So these aren't 4K, but they're 1080p, still very, very high quality. And of course, we've got the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi for that. And also, it's got voice notifications and a lot of different kind of easy to use features on the front here. So these buttons as I go across are power, record to turn on and off recording, or you can have it automatically start. This uses a simple SD card which slides in the side here. It would actually loop through all the recordings and delete the oldest ones while it's recording the new stuff. Now if something happens while you're on the road, you can simply press this kind of hazard button right here, and that will mark that footage is saved, so it will not delete it if it was going to loop over it, and then you can go pull the footage down. It also has a Wi-Fi button right there and a microphone if you wanted to record inside audio or not. This also has GPS, which can show the speed and location of what's going on while it's recording. And it also supports external microphones and a Bluetooth remote as well. So you can hook this up to it and then have another button somewhere else in the car where you wouldn't have to reach up, and you could press the button to actually save the footage so it doesn't get overwritten. Other features are it's got a circular polarizing lens filter, which you can put on there to adjust for different sunlight conditions. And also a hardwire kit. So it comes with USB-C, which makes it super easy to connect things. I love USB-C because you can connect just about any kind of power device. So you can see right there, USB-C, and that plugs into different kind of connectors. So it also comes with this 9-volt cigarette adapter where you will plug in the USB-C plug right there. Here's one right here. And it comes with a much longer cord as well. So you would plug this into there, plug this into your dash cam, and this USB-C is super helpful because you can use anything to plug into it. So if you want to hardwire it into your fuse box, that'll allow you to record while the car is not turned on. That's super cool. Or since it uses USB-C, you can use any of these other kind of battery packs you can find anywhere else and just plug this battery pack into your car's power, and while you're driving around it charges up the battery pack, and then you can plug that into your dash cam, so when you leave it just uses the battery pack power to record what's going on when you're not there. So I do have a cord right here plugged into USB, which is behind the camera, and this is the long one that's going to go, and then you simply just plug this in right there, and then the camera will boot up, and it kind of like talks a little bit and says ready, Wi-Fi on, and recording. Channel started. There you go. So Wi-Fi enabled. Wi-Fi enabled, recording 1 channel. Now, The other connectors are these two kind of mini coaxes you can see up there, and then they give you additional cables like this one right here. If you were going to plug in the interior camera, you simply plug this into the video out right there, and then you'll plug this into the in over here, and we're going to go ahead and jump in. Oh, we just unplugged it. We're going to go to jump in and install this in the 765 LT Spider, do a quick drive around, check out the footage and see what it looks like, and then also demonstrate how it connects to the app on your phone if you wanted to download footage and save it or view what's going on. So let's jump in, get this installed. All right, so first up I got my cigarette lighter adapter with the USB connected to USB-C. It's hard to see, but down here is where the McLaren cigarette lighter adapter is. I've got the USB-C plugged into the power of the dash cam, as you can see here. On the back there's a little double stick 3M tape which you simply just peel off, and then from there we mount it right up here below the rear view mirror, and it's really easy. All you do is just basically stick it up there and leave enough room for the power right here, and then you're fine. Now you can actually take this off by sliding out, and then your mount is just there. Really, really cool. So if you want to put it back up, you just simply put it in and just slide it back on. So now with it mounted, you can just adjust the upwards and downwards angle of the camera. So I'm just going to make it kind of perpendicular right there, and I will turn on the car, and that will activate the cigarette lighter adapter. So you can see it right there lighting up and powering on. All right, so next up we got the interior camera with the coax cable here. So we will just plug that into this side there, and then this goes into the dash cam right there. Okay, and then from there it's got another double stick piece of tape which you just kind of peel off, and then you can mount this right up in here. There you go, and then of course you can adjust upwards and downwards. This will get the inside camera. Now things get a little complicated for the rear camera of the McLaren because, well, there's no back window on the back here. So for this one, let me kind of turn the camera so you can see. So for back here, we're gonna have to find a kind of a different kind of way to mount this, because I don't think the mount is going to mount to the Alcantara. But nevertheless, that would go there if you're doing the rear cam, and then you run the coax to the back of your car for that. So I'll see if I can get this mounted a different way just to give you a picture of the rear. Now they got all three cameras hooked up. Let me show you what we did here. For the rear camera, I put it on the deck right here. That'll have to move over to here later on. I'll figure that out later. And then inside you can see where we have the dash cam and the rear or the interior camera right there. I will clean up all the wires after the testing, but you can definitely run these around on the inside of the car and hide all the wires without any problems. All right, here we are, 765 LT Spider. We'll just do a quick run around just outside the neighborhood and see how this dash cam works. Now, as you can see, there's a car in front of me. One of the benefits of having 4K is that you can actually read the license plates of the cars, because without 4K, you're not gonna get that. I've had 1080p dash cams before, and you just don't get that amount of detail with 1080p. 4K, you do. Now we're testing in kind of dusk, which is probably a good test for this dash cam to see how it deals with different lighting situations. So we got the sun coming from over here, we got the sun to our back over here. We'll do kind of both directions so you can kind of see how it's gonna look. Oh, automatic start stop on the 765, that's annoying. Let's start that up so you can hear it. Now I do have audio recording on as well. So the dash cam, we're recording audio along with video on all three channels. So here we go, let's see. And we're hitting traffic already. So one thing to note, if you are installing this in a 765 LT Spider, because the rear spoiler is very, very large, you got to leave the arrow down if you want to see over that. So I'm going to go ahead and put the arrow up, and you can see how high the wing rises up. We might not be able to see out of that rear channel. So when you're parking the car, definitely deactivate the rear arrow so that you'll be able to see what's going on behind you, as well as inside the car and out front, of course. This car's awesome. Likes to spin. Perfect weather down here in South Florida with the top down. Going behind us, why don't we give a little launch control demo? Little launch control is enabled, full throttle, here we go. Oh man, spin! This car's insane. Alright, so that's our quick drive around in the LT Spider. Let's jump back in and grab some of the footage from the VIOFO A139 3-channel 4K with additional 2 channels of 1080p dash cam. All right, so now if we want to pull footage from the phone down from the camera, all we do is open up the app, and then you basically have to, I believe, stop recording first, and then go to the area down here where it'll list all the different kind of things that it captured, and then just scroll to the video you want.
Recording. 3 channels started.
So basically right here, you just hit the download button, and you can see how fast it downloads. It's downloading at 170 megabyte file in just a few seconds. That's really good. It's got that 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi right there. From there, it saves it to your camera roll, and then you can do whatever you want with it. The 4K HDR Starvis 2 sensor, along with the wide-angle view, produces a great quality image. One thing would be a great addition would be a battery pack that you could charge while driving and use it when you're away from the car. That way, you don't have to hardwire the dash cam into the car if you want to record what's happening while you're parked. Also, it would be cool if you could view a live image remotely to check on your car. That would be pretty cool as well. All right, so that's a wrap of my review of the VIOFO A139 3-channel dash cam 4K with interior and rear view cameras, both in 1080p. Highly recommended. This is essential to protecting your car if you're on the road driving around, recording events that are happening, and when you leave the car, you're also protected because it's got event detection. If something happens, if something bumps in the car, it actually records and saves that. And as people are walking around the car, if they're checking out the car, you'll get all of that recordings on the SD card that comes with it. Of course, you can use the app to download all the data on your phone directly. Super cool. I will put a link down in the description if you want to pick one of these up. As always, thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up, helps the video on the channel, and we'll see you next time.